Hey guys, it's Tuesday, and I'm your girl Amanda Miller with 105.7 The Phase. So, you guys may know that I am on this page as Talk.Queen. Well, Amanda Miller Talks. Well, we also have our Facebook page, our IG page, at Talk.Queens. And on Talk.Queens, all of our podcast discussions are on Talk.Queens on Sunday at 7. And also, they are on YouTube at Amanda Miller Talks. So please go out there and make sure you go to Talk.Queens. Hold on. Make sure you go to previous podcast. Hey, ladies. And our YouTube. Make sure you go out there and listen to those as well. So, for those that do not know, we initially started our platform here on Facebook. And then we decided to venture off to IG. And so all of our podcast discussions are on those platforms that I mentioned previously, right? But we decided 2024 to bring back the podcast discussions to Facebook on Tuesday. So we'll be here Tuesday at 7, and we will be IG still Sunday at 7. So if you miss us here, you can catch us Sunday. And then what we will do is also upload a previous podcast that you may have missed. And so definitely make sure you are following us each and every Tuesday or Sunday. And of course, this is my fabulous co-host.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all following her on IG at Southern Maid, and then be her right here at Facebook. But you want to kind of pitch before we start?
Am I doing all the pitches, all the things?
Huh?
Well, I said, am I doing all the pitches, all the things? But then I started to say, well, we, as she stated, we are Talk Queens. We are here on these Tuesdays. We are also on 105.7 The Phase, our app. Make sure you go download that right now. Well, not like right now after the conversation.
Right.
We'll remind you in the thing. Don't leave yet. Also, make sure that you follow us and look for our podcast on anywhere you find your podcast. That is Apple Podcasts. That's Spotify. There it goes. That's iHeartRadio. We are all there as well. So make sure you guys come and see us.
That's
And don't forget
right.
to support us on our individual endeavors.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you guys saw the video that we posted, because we always want to post kind of what we're going to discuss.
Just like little hints out there.
Right. So you can be prepared and be engaging, and kind of, if you something come top of mind, you will be here to discuss it, and it makes it engaging, because you guys may have not been on the IG page with us. Here's what we ask. We talk unapologetically real here. There is nothing that you cannot say. There is no certain way that we would like for this to go, but we do ask that even if you disagree with anyone, we ask that you do that in a respectful way, because that's fine. We all have difference of opinions, and we can always agree to disagree, and so that's okay. And so that's the only thing as far as any restrictions that we kind of ask for. Anything you want to add to that?
We also ask, if don't just respect us, but respect the people that are in the environment as well. Just because someone's in the comment section and you may not like what they say doesn't mean that you have to, be rude. Personally, I don't care if you're rude to me, but can we just try to not be rude to one another? That's my main thing.
Yeah, so just make sure when you have something to say, just put it in the comment section, and we will read what you've stated so that we can keep the flow moving and kind of talk about it and talk through it. I don't have mine's not well, maybe because they don't have anything right now. Because I was gonna say, well, I'm not seeing anything flowing.
But no one has anything
Yeah,
flowing.
that's probably what it is. So let's kind of get started, or either we can hey Fred, thank you for joining. Let's see who else out there. Jersey, thank you for joining. I think Jamal
And now I can see people.
Jamal was on. I think he so thank you for joining. Some others had popped on that I kind of missed, but thank you guys for joining us. And so if you didn't see the video earlier, hopefully you did, because we put it out there earlier, and then we just put it out there just a few minutes ago so that we can get you guys perspective on it. And I'm glad guys are on the on here, because we Cash, thank you for joining. We definitely want to make sure we hear from the guys. So y'all don't be afraid to chime in. My co-host kind of dropped, but I'm thinking it's probably her internet and she'll join back at some point. But just for the sake of making sure you guys understand exactly like what we said prior to you coming on. So we have our podcast show every Sunday at 7 on IG at Talk.Queens. So if you're not following us, please go out there to Talk.Queens, and you can see or hear all of our previous podcast discussions. You can also go to YouTube because we have them there at Amanda Miller Talks. But we decided that we wanted to do Tuesday on Facebook at 7. And then you can still follow our discussions on Sunday as well. And so what we wanted to do is just make sure, let me see what happened to her. Give me a second, guys. Let me see what happened to my co-host. Looked like she dropped. Be patient with me. Not too sure what happened on her end. So I sent the invite back to her to see if we can get her back on the live. So be patient with me. But I hope you guys watch the video. And definitely, as we stated, make sure if you have any comments that you're putting them in the chat, because what we do ask is that we like for our discussions to be engaging, not more so from us, but we like to hear from you guys. Hold tight. Hey Fred, thank you for joining. I really appreciate you. Hope your day went well today. Thank you, Arthur, for joining. I'm really trying to add her back. I don't know what happened. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and just get started, and hopefully she'll try to add back on. Well, so guys, we circulated this video that we posted earlier today. And so the video pretty much was a young lady talking about her and her workplace, being at her workplace, and she does retail. And great. She does retail. And she typically sees this guy and his girl come into her store. And they frequent the store often. And so this particular day, he came into the store, but he was by himself. In the midst of being by himself, he pretty much hit on her, saying, "Hey, I think you got good customer service. You're beautiful. You have a beautiful smile. I would like to get to know you. And so her response was, I always see you coming in with this female, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's your wife, your sneaky link, whatever she is. Pretty much, I don't want any parts of it because I am not the female that want to be the one to help you embarrass your girl. And with that being stated, I and I want to know from a guy's perspective, right? So if you know that, I guess my question is, if you've been in the store with your girl several times, what would make a man make a move on a female that he already knows, she knows he has a woman? So that's kind of interesting to me that that would take place. And I know people will just shoot their shot. Don't get me wrong. I know that, right? But I also want to know, like, what do you think you can get out of it? Like, for me, it would be interesting that she would have been willing to give her number. So I really applaud her for saying, I'm not going to be the female to help you embarrass your girl. Y'all help us talk through that. So Jeff said, I know you get told often you're absolutely breathtaking, looking intelligent woman. I enjoy videos greeting from California. Thank you. Thank you for joining from California, Jeff. I appreciate you. So guys, help me talk through that for the most part. So it's just very interesting. I do know, like, women, I would never do it too much drama. Absolutely. I think that what at depending on an age, I think at some point you gotta know that it just brings, like Jeff said, a lot of drama. Because one, the girl already knows you have someone because she said you come in the store with her, with your girl. Two, the next time that your girl come in the store with you, how are you expecting her to respond? So now are you expecting her to be the hush mouth girl because you don't got a number, you don't slept with her, and now she's supposed to be the hush mouth girl? That ain't how that works. And so you bring drama in that space, right? And then the women that's out there, hey Sarita. So the women that's out there, like the girl said, I'm not gonna help you embarrass your woman. I'm like, that is big because I wouldn't help another man embarrass his woman either. If you got someone and you come in my store with your female, and I already know that you got a female, I'm not going to help you embarrass your girl because that's your woman, right? And I wouldn't want the next female to help my man embarrass me. But the girl also said within the video, she mentioned that some women have an ego thing to see if they can do it, or she said they just hoish and just don't care one way or another. We need to understand loyalty again and have passion for the person we're with that's old school. Yeah, and I think it's about character. I think it is about character because when they're together, the girl said they seem to be all lovey-dovey. But behind her back, you do something different, which is called integrity. What do you do when you're behind my back? That's like the ultimate thing for a relationship. People can look one way in person, but your integrity when you're behind my back says a lot. So Zarita, help me talk this through because my co-host was on here, but I don't know what happened. It seems like she fell off, but I haven't been able to regain back on here. But you saw the video, your thoughts, and if you want to come on, if you're in a place where you can come on, then I can bring you on. It's about having self-respect for yourself and others. Absolutely, because that's what I was talking about, the integrity and the self-respect. Because she knows he has a girl. You've been in her store several times with this girl. And in order to have to shoot your shot to say, okay, I can talk to her, she's gonna give me her number. I don't know why we move in that space. Um, hold on, hold on, guys. Give me a second. I sent the invite, B. You may have to send it back to me because it says it's sent. At first, it says everything come to the light, and it does because, like someone else said on here, it creates too much drama, right? And so the girl was like, "I'm not gonna help you embarrass your girl." See, my thing is for dudes, don't have your girl out there looking stupid. Don't embarrass her where other females are able to be like, you know, talking about her, making her look bad, being the jokes of conversation because what she called community dick. And so I hate to say it like that, but that's the way she put it. But you gotta know that at some point, like, that's not how people move no more. And if you want to move in that space like that, that's fine. But and for me, I would say, then why not just have an open relationship? Why not say, hey, we together, but this is how we move? Integrity comes from trials and go through it builds character. Absolutely. Right. And that's what I was talking about. Your integrity and your character is everything, and it speaks to who you are. What makes us as women think that he wouldn't treat you that same? Absolutely. That's right. And see, that's what I don't understand. Like, if she was willing to open up and give her number, right? In my mind, I would be like, damn, he'll move that same way with me. Like, I don't know why sometimes women feel like I'm the golden key to a man being different. Because really, anybody, not just men, people are who they are. And until they decide not to be who they are, they're going to always be and move how they move. And so I wouldn't even get myself in that situation like that, because at the end of the day, a man should want a woman that's loyal to him. The girl said in the video, I wouldn't want my man to think everybody has easy access to me, right? Same way. Don't no woman want no man that feels like every woman have easy access to him, right? So I want to read some of the comments. So Zoe said, what makes us as women think that he wouldn't treat you the same? Absolutely. Fred says stupidity. He tries that to 5 through 10. I said that earlier too. Every time he gets a chance, two might accept those women are not loyal. Hold on, I'm sorry. Are not loyal to themselves, and so why would they be loyal to the other females? Their integrity isn't present. It's not being done to them. Absolutely, I said that too. I said that means she's not the first person he's tried to talk to. Behind his woman's back, he tries that a lot. And it's just a matter of who's gonna fold and fall for it. And if you're crazy enough to fall for it as a woman, knowing he has a woman and you've seen him with this woman, she says he come in the store with them often, all the time, and they kiki and holding hands, acting like they so lovey-dovey. So my thing is, your disloyalty to your woman means that you'll be disloyal to me. Stuff like that are stressing our sisters out. And you're right, because we need to be able to build where we trust our kings. Now, kings may say, and guys, this ain't one sided, we got to trust that our queens don't move in that same circle space. And I would agree. But at the same time, you guys are leaders. So if we feel like that you guys are moving in a space where you are truly leading with integrity and character, most women with character, I ain't talking about no thought, I ain't talking about no No woman that ain't. I'm talking about a woman with maturity. I'm talking about a woman with character. We will follow. Women will, if you lead right, if you lead with integrity and character, we will follow. Um, B said, I feel like people nowadays are scared to say what they really want as well. And I don't know why, because, and you're probably right, because communication is key to everything. And I don't really know why, because my thing is, if you want an open relationship, say that. Because really, we're in 2024, a lot of people are open to open relationships. We together, but you move like you move, I move like I move, but we know we together. But if that's what you want, you got to say that. And like somebody said about drama, that way it decreases the drama, because I know how you move, you know how I move, and the only thing we need to do is worry about us. We don't have to worry about society. We know how we move together in our space, and we're good with that. Zarita said, or like she said, just leave it if women alone if he's unhappy. Absolutely. Like the video said, if you're unhappy, just move on. And I think that's so selfish. Y'all help me. Let's continue to talk. I'm liking this dialogue. That's right. Why don't people just move on if you're unhappy? I think that's selfish. If you need something new to make you feel whole, then why not just go ahead and move on and get something new? Jeff said too many women for a man is a selfish act. So you just said before I even seen your comment, and afraid to commit to real love. Why do y'all think that's it? Why do y'all think that men are afraid to commit to real love? And Fred says, if you can put your life in my hand, if I can put my life in your hand, why would we play with it? That's true. Because I will say that when you find a man or a woman that is going to give you 110%, that has proven themselves to know that they are strictly for you, you are strictly for them, why would you put that at risk just for the sake of a thrill? Of, because I mean, once it's over, it's over. Once you don't lay down, had sex, it's over, it's over. And so at the end of the day, why are we as a society willing to put ourselves of what we have at home or in a relationship, of committed relationship, at risk for a sexual time that's only gonna last for a moment? Um, there is a vulnerability in real love that some people are afraid of, and I agree to that. We have to be vulnerable, and let down our guards and really like allow people to know who we are and build a trust where people feel like I know you, like you're my friend. And most people aren't set out to deliberately hurt their friends. And when you build a friendship and a relationship, you don't go and deliberately just cut your friends off. You don't go and just deliberately do things to hurt your friends. So you wouldn't go into this store and deliberately just pick up women to hurt your girl. Just saying, I love you all the way from California. You're an awesome woman of integrity. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you. But yeah, y'all, I want to talk about how she mentioned about the embarrassment. She mentioned, I would not embarrass my man by sleeping with another man, or at least letting another man feel like he have easy access to me. As a woman, I want to talk about this from a woman's perspective, and then men, I want you to chime in and tell me, how would you respect that woman? As a woman, if I have a man and then I'm willing to be or sleep with another man, wouldn't that, and meaning, because if I'm giving you my number, that means at some point, I'm not saying that is this off the cuff she's gonna sleep with him. But if I've given you my number and I know you have a female, what am I giving you my number for? um to me, that already sets a tone that we're only out to have a good time. And so how do you respect me in that space? Like, really, truly, as a man, how would you respect me in that space? And so as a female, ladies, help me understand, what do you think you would gain from that man? Because I'm really hoping you're not thinking you're going to really get a true committed relationship out of him. Because I think a lot of women go in thinking that the man is going to leave his woman for her because there's some things maybe she felt like she can do sexually or better. I don't know. Y'all help me talk through that. Fred says, that's why I hate when people walk into my life and expect to walk right out, and I never want to see that person ever again when they do stuff like that. Zarita says, I agree. Being open and honest about how you feel in a relationship is challenging for some people, and some people move that way out of fear and insecurity. Wanted to see you happy, boo, matter, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. Yeah, to Zarita's point, being open and honest about how you feel in a relationship is challenging, but people can't read your minds. And so we must be able to articulate how we feel, what we want, so that people can move in a manner of respect to what they got. Because people can't assume that you guys are one thing and you're something different. So it's all about knowing where you are in that space with that relationship so that you'll know how to move. But if you don't want to move committedly, say that. Because as adults, and we're not teenagers. Most adults are okay with accepting the way you want to move, whether you got a girl or not. And I don't condone that, but most people, unfortunately, are willing to move in that space, whether you have a girl or not. Most guys, unfortunately, are willing to be with women that have a man, whether you have one or not. I don't understand the rationality behind it, because why wouldn't a person want to have their own committed relationship? Is it because people are fearful of committing themselves to one person? Is that what it is? Do y'all think that's what it is? Some people, Sam said, thank you, Sam, for joining. Some people are damaged and don't realize it it complicates any type of relationship they're trying to have. Hold on. Great discussion, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. And people are definitely damaged. I agree. As adults, I think we all probably have been through a relationship or two where we have been scorned, and have left some hurt that may have been unresolved. And so when you get in something new, you're going in it with the thought that everybody is the way that the person that hurt you is. But that's not so. So that's why it's all about communication, healing, and then communicating what you want and what you're looking for. Because been there, done that. And I'm a transparency, guys. I'm an open book, where when I say that, meaning I can share it, I will share what needs to be shared. And so, to his point, I get it. because I was married. I was in the same relationship for over 14 years. And so that's a long time to be with one person, right? Um, but coming out of that relationship with some scars, you still have to understand that everyone isn't that person. And so you got to make sure that you're whole in that space before you get into something new. I have to go. Be blessed. Really enjoy your topics. Thank you, Jeff. B said one thing that she said struck me. She said that in this single season, she's praying for her. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to mention that. She says that in this single season, she's praying for her person. So how could she pray for her person, but be messing with somebody else's person? She understood that karma part. Absolutely. And that is so true, guys. We as women pray for our boys, but some women are okay with sleeping with someone else's man. God is not going to bless you with nobody else's husband. First of all, if you're sleeping with a married man, that man, God is not going to make that man leave that woman and marry you. That's not how our God works. Secondly, if you're looking, because God honors marriage, and if you're sleeping with a married man, God is not going to honor you or bless you with your own man because you're disrupting a union that he has put together. So we have to be mindful of not only just what's worldly, but what's biblically as we move in this space. Zarita said, I like the point she made about single women praying for, to make their mate. God is not going. Yeah, so you and her just said that same thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. That just don't happen that way. Then also, too, I think once I don't know how, y'all got to help me out. And some women, if you're on here, no judgment, we just talk unapologetically real here. No judgment. Some women are okay with that. Sleeping with other people's men. Some men are okay with sleeping with other men's women. But I guess my thing is, how do you go home and sleep with your mate at night in a comfortable space and you don't have no remorse that you've stepped out on your relationship and literally can get in the bed with that person knowing you've been elsewhere? That's hard for me. Let me tell y'all, I would tell on myself every time. I promise y'all I would. I promise y'all I would. I would tell on myself every time because of who I am and the person that I am. It would weigh on me. It would pull on my heartstrings to know that I have caused damage to my relationship, that I have put my mate out there for the next man to literally laugh at him. That because most men would be like, that nigga ain't got himself nothing. I just wouldn't put my man out there like that. Katrina said, me too, girl. Yeah, I would tell on myself, it would kill me. I just couldn't do it. I just would not be able to be whole in that. I don't know. But, like I said, ladies, if you're out there and you move in that space and you can do it without remorse, let's talk about it. Forget the open relationship. Fred says, forget your open relationships. Open relationships have open diseases. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't want that. Hold on. I don't want that. I want a woman to respect the fact that I am loyal to her and look up to me for that. I can't cheat. It would hurt me to hurt you. That is true. That's why I say it would, yeah, it would pull on my heartstrings to know that I am hurting the person that I say I love and can just literally say I love you, but yet and still I'm open to be with other people. Do unto others as you would have them do to you in real. Mess is mess. Love is love. Honesty is honesty. You can't straddle the fence. I could never lay down with you after sex with another woman. I'm not that dude. Wow. 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 Yeah. Um, it was very caught my eye to the fact of those three things. One, like Zarita and B said that she was saying as a single woman, she's waiting for God to bless her with her man and she can't get her blessing that way. It don't work like that. That was one thing that stuck out for me that I wanted to share and talk about this discussion. Two, she also said I wouldn't if I were in a relationship, I wouldn't embarrass my man like that. I would not want it to appear that men have easy access to me. And also to the thing of wanting to know, why do we feel okay with just being able to be with other people without any remorse? And why do men think it's okay to shoot your shot when that woman already know you got a woman? Like that don't resonate to me. Like I am y'all continue. Y'all continue. This is great discussion. Y'all don't leave me out here by myself to continue to discuss it. And if we have to shift in some other direction, let's do so. But I want you guys to continue to be engaging and continue with the flow of conversation. Let me ask this because somebody mentioned it. Why do you think? Okay, so says they feel like it's okay because we've made it okay if we're honest. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I like that one. So, women, do you think we've made it okay for men to think that they can move like that? Or do you just think that's who they are? Because in some instances, I just believe some men, that's just who you are. You just, y'all, Zarita, you know this our song from way back, and everybody knows the song. But like Yola the Great said, people just what is his word? They just gutter. Some people just gutter. And so with that being stated, that's just who you are. So you just move in a space of who you are as a person, and you don't really care. But for the most part, I do really agree that women have given men the blueprints to think it's okay, the green light, so to speak, to think it's okay that every woman moves like that, to be your sneaky link, to like the words that's trending. Let me just say the words that's trending, to be your sneaky link, to actually have a side chick, to move in these spaces. And Zarita, you're absolutely right. I think that's why he pretty much probably approached her. This girl sees you with your girl all the time. And for you to literally ask her for her number, knowing that she knows you have a woman, like Fred said, I think you've done that so many times and so many women has done it. He feels like he's grouped all women. And so for her, I applaud her for not being one of those women. Because we as women got to do better. We just got to do better. Your class, your integrity, who you are as a woman resonates with the streets. And when I say the streets, I'm not saying that you're just in the streets. I'm saying people know if people know who you are, then it puts you out there in a light where people are saying, man, she a hoe. man such and such dealt with her. This, that, and the third, that person dealt with her. You know, it's like who you are. This is a small world. Although we think it's big, it's a small world. There's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that know everybody. So that's why you have to be very careful, and especially since we got this thing called social media now. And so people still have ways to find out like who you are and who you move and how you move. And you gotta want to, as a woman, be tagged with character that when men hear your name, they know they got something. As opposed to taking a risk to say, well, damn, if I mess with her, have everybody and their granddaddy done dealt with her. So the females are saying yes. So guys, what's y'all thoughts out there? Like, help me understand this. This is my question for the guys. Just so the women can hear the remarks. So he's gone in the store. He's been there with his woman. He's asked her for her number. Let's just say she gives him the number. What is your expectation of her? What's the next move? Now, she know you got a woman. You know you got a woman. You've asked her for her number. What's your next move? What are you wanting from her? And I'll wait for some of the comments to flow. Because that would be my question. Like, what do you want from her? Help me out, guys. And you guys may be putting it in the chat. So we'll kind of wait to see, ladies, some of the responses and remarks. Because for me, now this is just me, because this is the way I think. I'm leery about giving people my number and having conversations anyways. That's just me. And maybe I shouldn't be this way, but I am. Because I feel like guys see body first. And I think that for me, I'm thinking, he don't want nothing but he seen my butt. He don't want nothing but the lay up. And I'm sorry, guys, that may not be the case, but that be my first go-to. And so that's why I said if you've asked her for her number and you know you got a girl, she knows you got a girl. What do you want? What do you want? So ladies, help me. What do you think he wants? Since the men then putting it in the chat, what do you think he wants? Because I already got my thoughts on what he wants. And so as a woman, if you already got your thoughts of what he wants, why would you fall for it and give him your number? How do you think that's supposed to go? What are you thinking and how you thinking he wants that to go? And guys, give them time to put something in the chat, please. Hey, Jazz, thank you for joining. So I don't know if you've seen the video. Jazz has been married for some time now. Jazz is like my sister. She's still my sister-in-law no matter what. So Jazz, I don't know if you've seen the video that I posted on the platform earlier. So we posted this video where young lady says she works in retail. She would see this guy and his girl come into her store all the time. And this particular day, he came into the store without the girl, and he asked for her number. And she was like, well, don't I see you coming here with your girl, your wife, not sure your title, your sneaky link, whatever she may be. But he was like, I want your number. And she declined because she said, I'm not going to be the person to help you embarrass your girl. But let me tell y'all this one part that she said that got me. He said, you know how that go. And she said, no, I don't. And I agree to that. Like, I don't know how that goes. So what do you mean you know how that goes? Because I'm not out here being the one that give my number to dudes that I know got females. So really and truly, I don't know how that works. So my question to the guys is like, what do you want from her? You have a girl. She knows you have a girl. What are your motives? And ladies, what do you think his motives? What do you think his motives are? I already told you I just think he out the cut. So maybe not, but I don't see any other motive. And Zarita also made a great point to say, um, women, for those who just joined in, which I really agree. She said that women, men move that way because a lot of women have allowed men to feel like that's okay. Like you know, I got a girl, so you ain't gonna care. I still, I still make a move because most women are okay with the sneaky links, the side chicks. Do you guys agree to that? Like, not that you'd agree to sneak like a side chick, but do you agree that a lot of women has made it okay for men to? And I don't know if my thing stopped scrolling, but sorry guys. Hold. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Cause my thing ain't okay. There it is. Kimberly says, just listening to Lila James, she says it's all about a woman and a man. Hold on. Just listening to Lita James, she says it's all about a woman and a man. See me, hard for me, break my soul, etc. Just go listen to her. So I will go out there and listen. Kim. So Dorita say yes. If we hadn't, men wouldn't feel so comfortable with the approach. And I agree. I do agree. I really agree that women have made it okay for men to think it's okay to have a side chick, to have a sneaky link, to really, I do believe that. Okay, Katrina said the same thing. I believe that Katrina said the same thing, that we have made it horrible for men to have respect for us because we're easy. A lot of women are really easy. Listen to our music. Yep, yep, that's real. That's real. I agree. We have made it really easy for these men to move comfortable with approaching women, um, knowing that they have a female. But if we did more of what she did and said, I'm not going to help you embarrass your girl, I'm not going to help you put her out there like that, they'll stop that foolishness unless you just gutter, like I said, unless that's just your character. But we as women, that jump starts with us. We got to get better because you should want to be a man should be proud to have you on his arm. He shouldn't be worried about if the community don't sleep with you. Well, first off, he's not that serious about the other woman being his girl. And secondly, some women make it that way because they're not looking for anything serious. Sam, thank you for saying that. So let's talk about that a little bit, that first part. So he's not serious about the other woman because of the way that he's moving, pretty much about what you said. So we talked about this early on, and I don't know if you was on the call, because the girl ended up saying that on the video. Then why not leave? Why not just let her alone? So if that's the case, then that's fine. But why not just leave her alone? Because she don't know you moving like that, obviously. Some women are okay with having someone versus being alone or just having anyone. I'm selfish. I don't want to share. That's me. Let me tell y'all something. All day long. That's why I said I couldn't do it, because I've been on toll on I couldn't do it to my man because I've been on toll on myself. That's the first thing. Because I'm selfish with with not wanting my man to be with anybody else. I'm going to be selfish with my body and not put myself out there and give myself to anybody else if I'm with someone. Um, Fred said, "Man, this is simple. A side piece has no value, right? If you romance a woman's mind and be real about it, hold on, let's see. If you romance a woman's mind and be real about it, the body will follow. She'll move the world for you. An easy woman is fooling herself. There's a time limit on you. There's not time limit for any soulmate." Yeah, I totally agree to that, Fred. I love it. But I guess there's a lot of side pieces out there, Fred, and people, they are okay with being the side piece these days. And that's why Zarita is saying women have made it easy for men to do so because of the way they move. But Sam, if you're still here, I want to hear from you or anybody else that wants to respond to that question that I had for him when he said he's not serious about that, meaning the video. The man is not serious about the first woman, but then why not leave? Like why deal with her? Because you could easily just be single. Pretty much is what the girl was saying. I mean, just don't deal with her. Just be single. And then when you're single, you can move how you want to move. And let me tell y'all this, and ladies, I may be wrong. Help me. Because just because Amanda talked and Amanda said that don't mean Mandy right. We move the way you guys present it. Meaning we're not going to, just because you act like we together, as grown women, we typically don't say, "Oh, we together, me and such and such together," because we do boyfriend girlfriend things. We do wifey husband things. You're not married just because you do wife and husband things until you legally are married. So women typically don't say y'all to claim a man just because you move that way in that space. Women typically say y'all together because you told that woman y'all together. Ladies, help me out. Now, I could be wrong, but help me out. We move the way you say we together. If you don't say we aren't together, we don't typically move and just say me and that man together. We wait till you guys lead with that. Do you ladies agree? And we'll wait. And men, hey, speak to it. If I'm honest, I know we've said this in my younger days. I ain't just breaking up no home if I'm trying to. I ain't breaking up no home if he's trying to talk to me. It's already broken. Now, people will say that the home is already broken. But let me just say this. I think sometimes I think just sometimes that men just do shit. You know, that lady might be thinking everything peaches and cream. You paying bills, you going home kiki kin. That lady cooking, she cleaning, and she have no clue that you're moving out there the way that you're moving. I think a lot of times we think people are feuding and they're arguing and things are already bad. And then some women will say, "Shit, my loyalty ain't to her. His loyalty is to her." But like the woman said, whatever you trying to get from God, God ain't finna bless you with it, especially if you're dealing with a married man, because you as the person, you're you're putting yourself in a position to be the obstacle that breaks up a marriage that God has put together as a union, and God honor marriages. So if you are the obstacle that does that, God looking at you as a party to that as well. So you don't get no bypass. from God. You might get a bypass from the streets, but you don't get no bypass from God just because his loyalty is to her. Your loyalty is to the man upstairs. So you need to move in the space in the manner that you should move as that person that do right by the man upstairs. And that ain't it. Sam says, well, it's hard to move if the woman is the provider of a situation, and most time that's what it is. What do y'all think about that? So here's my thing to that. I think you're saying, so if something was to happen, it's hard for a man to just move on because the woman is the provider. But as a man, why aren't you establishing yourself so that if something should happen, and you know you're moving raggedy? Because again, my thing is, if you know the woman is a provider, why you moving raggedy? Why aren't you loyal, like Fred said earlier, to that relationship when you know already that she's a provider? You, because sound like to me, you need her. So if you need her, why are you moving raggedy? Now you're gonna have to help me understand that one. And men do it all the time now, but I need to understand the whys behind it. If you know you got a good thing at home, if she's a provider, if she's taking care of home, if she's doing what she needs to do, why are you moving raggedy in the streets knowing that if she shuts the door on you, you're struggling to make the next move? Why put yourself in a position to lose something for the greater good for what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of sexual activity? That makes no sense to me. You're going to risk your whole family, your whole, everything you've built. Let me read some of these comments. When listening to her, I realized she's talking about a man and she left him for another woman. Her song, hold on, Won't Be Back, Lily James. Okay. Let me go back because I think I missed something. I think Trina said bingo to what I was saying earlier. You may was saying bingo to Zarita. Not sure. You may want to elaborate. If I'm honest, I know we said this in my younger days. I ain't breaking up no home. If he's trying to talk to me, he's already broken. Sam, and then Zarita says that's immature thinking when I was thinking that way because karma is real. That's right. That's right. I mean, I agree. I mean, I totally agree. And we just got to get better, guys. We just got to, as a society, we got to think of our character, our integrity, our values more, and just do better by our sisterhood. That's first of all. Even when we aren't, or like she said, I don't even know the girl. She said, I don't even know her, but I'm not gonna make the next woman look bad. See, that's what I'm talking about. When I say sisterhood, you ain't gotta know her. We all are females. You wouldn't want it done to you, so why would you do it to the next female? You gotta know that that same karma can come back and bite you in the butt. And I just don't understand how you feel okay and comfortable, because men do it without conscience, and it's and women, some women are built like that too, and we're gonna get ready to close out. Some women are built like that too, but I don't understand how can you go home as a woman and lay up with your man after you've been out laying up with another man. I don't understand how men can do it, but I can understand it a little bit better because unfortunately men just cut that way. Some of them. I know it's been a lot of guys on here, Fred and some others, that has talked about they're not built like that. And kudos to you guys. We need more men like you all. Um, Sam says most men wouldn't worry because the woman self-esteem is so low, he manipulates her into believing she can't do better. She can't do. That's going to be another topic for another day because it's time for us to close out. Because I really think that I agree with you on that. I don't believe that the man has created that. I think along the way, and he may have had some part in it. Don't get me wrong, But I think along the way, you're absolutely right. Some women self-esteem are so low that they move like that, that they think it's okay. And I think some women feel like sex changes a man. I can swing from the chandelier. I get good head. I can back it up that way, and he's gonna leave her, or he's gonna stop doing this, or he's gonna stop doing that. No, some men are just built like that. They just built the way that they built, and they just move the way they move, and they won't stop doing that until they decide to do so. Black women have to learn how to respect and uplift each other. All women, I should be this way. Absolutely. And great closeout. Trina, thank you for putting that. And I agree. We gotta do better, sisters. Because like Sarita said, we have set the tone now that it's okay for men to have side cheeks. It's okay for him to come in that lady's store knowing he got a woman and easily ask her for her number because he's been moving that way. And if you are loyal, that woman is loyal to you. If she respects you, if she's loyal, if she's, like Sam said, the provider, if she's doing all these things that a woman should do, then as a man, why aren't you loyal? I leave that as a negative. If you have a woman that's the provider, that's loyal, that's committed, that's doing right by you, ask yourself, why aren't you loyal? And with that being stated, to me, that means there's a character check on your side that you may need to do. Well, guys, as I mentioned, everything that we have thus far is on our Talk.Queen's page on IG. You can go there and listen to those. We're there every Sunday at 7 o'clock. We take all podcasts and put them on our YouTube page, so you can go to Amanda Mello Talks and listen to some of the discussions there. We talk unapologetically real here. And so what we'll end up doing is posting this one on the YouTube page as well. So if you missed it from the start, you can go ahead and listen to the whole show. We have started to be here on Facebook every Tuesday at 7. We have missed our conversation. So we had it a rough draft, but I want to bring it back. We decided that we wanted to have a conversation about after or during, the holidays. How do you deal with the loss of a loved one during the holidays? So we had Thanksgiving, we had Christmas, we had New Year's. Right after New Year's, we've gotten past those. So we want to talk about, how did you deal with the loss of a loved one during those seasons? So that would be our topic of discussion next week, Tuesday. I am going to have Miss Zarita on the podcast with me when we do that show, guys. If you would like to join our panel for that, it's very difficult, Katrina. And so if you guys meet us here next week, Tuesday at 7, that's going to be our topic of discussion. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are here every Tuesday at 7. Pass the word. Let them know that's our discussion next week. Guys, I always say at the end, there's a lot of amazing people out there. If you aren't one, become one. Have an amazing day, guys. See you guys next week, Tuesday. And don't forget, we will be on Talk.Queens on Sunday. So make sure you find us at 7 o'clock on Talk.Queens. Have an amazing day, guys.